Hi everyone. Buongiorno, Laurence. Ciao Mara. Ciao Jane. Hey Kristen. Georgia and Hugo. The dog. Mara, you're alone. Nice. Good. If anyone else would love to just say hi, I think it's so sweet for us to connect and know who's here. I'm Courtenay, for those of you, if there's anyone I don't know. Hey, Julian and Hortense. Nice to see you guys. Yeah, so welcome. Welcome to Mytree morning yoga. It's hard to believe it's been just 1 week since I sat here and shared with you and practiced with you. And for those of you that weren't here last week, welcome. For those of you that were, welcome back. It's been quite a week, hasn't it? I think all of us have been at home. I'm feeling really, really fortunate and a little bit luxurious, ciao Ute, to also be able to come here. I recognize this is a great gift and great luxury to have this space. And so it feels also really wonderful to share it with you. I wanted to just invite us to start seated, and I'm going to start right here and then I'll move back onto the mat, but just so that we can have a moment of connection. So if you can find for yourself, actually before you get seated, one thing I want you to have for your practice is a strap. So it can be any like long piece of fabric. So it could be a belt, could be a scarf, something that's maybe not a rope, might be a little bit much for your skin, but something like that. Ciao, hi Claudia. You're welcome for the practices. Thank you for joining. So grab your strap, and if you have a yoga block, maybe, otherwise, if you have something that you could just use for a little support for your hands on the ground, that would be great, as well as a blanket. Okay, so those are the props. So if you haven't grabbed them, just go grab them and then come back and take a comfortable seat. You'll want to sit with your hips elevated above your knees, and however that works for you. It could also be in a chair. So if there's anyone out there who is uncomfortable sitting on the ground, sit up on a chair. That's totally cool. Yeah? And then as you start to find yourself in your seat, we're just going to bring our palms together and get a little heat going. And so you can find the heat. Really let yourself get warm doing this. Good. And then bring your warm hands right over your eyes. Close your eyes for a moment. Breathe in through your nose. And breathe out your mouth. And please do this 2 more times, inhaling. And as you exhale, really release your breath out. And one more time on your own. And bring your palms together into prayer pose, Anjali Mudra. You can keep your eyes closed. And you can begin this morning's practice by just tuning in to yourself, to the quality of energy you're bringing right now, to this moment, to this seat. Noticing the sensations in your body and noticing them as sensation. So often we get into a story or we're trying to make sense of something. And can you just notice what you're feeling in your back or your hips? What you're feeling in your heart space is simply sensation. And then begin to refine your awareness further to notice the quality of your mind right now. And so likewise, releasing a sense of needing to know the story or getting involved in the story of your thoughts. And can you just notice your thoughts as such, as thoughts moving through the mind? And you may have some thoughts that you've been holding on to, that you've been working through, working with, grappling with over these last days. And the invitation is to simply acknowledge the presence of thoughts. And then to move into the heart space and begin to notice the quality of your heart today. Which emotions are present? Perhaps there's a new feeling you woke up with today, or maybe you're a little bit stuck on a particular feeling. And so whatever is here right now, I want us to press our palms together to feel maybe some of that residual heat in your hands, and know that what you're bringing is welcome in your body, in your mind, in your heart. And know that today's practice is an opportunity to create some space between you and your feelings, your thoughts, your physical sensations. And so in this time when we may be feeling less than spacious, when some of us, when some of you are literally, enclosed in your homes, may we invite a sense of spaciousness, and may we find that spaciousness by creating really wonderful, strong boundaries in the body, in our minds, in our hearts. And boundaries that come not from an enforcement on the outside, but from an inner connection with ourselves in this moment. And so if you are bringing some intention for yourself to this practice, I invite you to honor it right now by pressing your thumbs right into your heart, by bringing your chin towards your chest, welcoming yourself. And then we'll welcome each other with our voices. And this is such a sweet way to just warm up, welcome. So take a nice breath in. And a big breath out. And we'll chant the sound of Om together. Inhale all the way to your base. Nice. Go ahead and let your eyes softly open and just take in the space around you. And see if you can let your gaze be kind of wide and open. Good. Wonderful. So let's go ahead and I'm going to come back onto the mat, and you'll want to, if you've been sitting cross-legged, why don't you change the crossing of your legs so that you bring your other leg in front. You can even give your legs a little stretch out if you need to. And then let's bring the left foot, and you're gonna bring your hands, we'll start like this. Bring your hands, and you're gonna bring your fingers right to the inside of your toes, okay? So I want you to find the space in between your toes, bring your fingers of your right hand inside those spaces so that you're holding with your left hand your calf, and with your right hand you're holding in between your foot. And then you're just gonna start with a little bit of a massage by pulsing that space in between your toes. This is the metatarsals, and it might feel here tender, and that's okay. So just notice if you feel a little bit tender, maybe if one space feels more tender than the others. And then you're gonna make some circles. Now, the tendency here for me is to kind of roll back in my spine. So I'm gonna really work to sit up nice and tall by pressing down through the foot that's on the ground. Take your circles the other way, so you're just rolling your ankle. And by really finding length through your spine, length between each vertebra, crown of the head rising up. And then here's the really fun part, okay? After you've made your circles, you're gonna keep your fingers in there and just squeeze your toes and kind of shake your hand. I hope you can see this. So my foot is really shaking here. Your fingers might fall out eventually, and if they don't fall out, you can just let them release. You can pull your knee in towards your chest, and then this is where you may need a strap. You can take your hands to the outside edges of your foot and then just stretch long. You're just taking your legs straight out in front. You can keep a bend in your knee for this first one. And then go ahead and release it, and we'll switch sides. Yeah. So fingers coming into this little webbing in your feet. And maybe just notice, like right now, my left foot is kind of tingly in the nicest way. Holding on to your calf with the other hand, support yourself, nice long spine, and then just giving yourself this sweet, and maybe it's like a little bit bittersweet massage between your toes. So we're gonna start really in this place of getting connected to the base, in which case today it's our feet. And so as you make your circles, I want you to be really mindful of the way that you're connecting with your own foot through your hand. Can you make this movement not so much a perfunctory, like, okay, blah, 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 now I'm rolling my foot, but really be with the sensations, noticing if there's cracking or creaking. And then we'll take that shake. Just letting it go. It's also nice for the wrists to shake here. And then release it. From here, I'm going to invite you to bring, so good, right? Bring both your feet together. So you're sitting in a Baddha Konasana. Again, you're up on a blanket. And if you slide just a little bit towards the edge of your blanket, you'll feel your seat, the flesh of your seat catch, and kind of scoop and bring your sits bones closer towards the earth. So go ahead and find your Baddha Konasana, and just, you can do a little bit of a butterfly. Release here. And as you're doing so, you're making sure that your sits bones are even, that your spine is long, and that you're finding space through the chest. And then go ahead and release that. Press your feet together, and then start to reach your knees apart. Take a nice long inhale breath. And as you exhale, you can start to bring your chest forward as you pull your elbows a little bit back, just anchoring through your sits bones. Come as far forward as it works for you today. Maybe walk your hands now out in front. Keep your arms active, and then let your head release, and just nod your head from side to side, forward and back. And start to feel the breath come into the back of your body. And then on your next inhale breath, you can walk your hands back up. Take your hands to the outside of your knees. Draw your knees together. I know what I forgot on that right leg, so let's just do it here for now. It's more of a check. We're going to extend that right leg out. And then go ahead and release. So one more time, find a comfortable seated position. You might try Sukhasana, where your feet are flexed and the feet walk underneath your knees. So it's not quite Siddhasana, which is how a lot of us are used to sitting with the heels one in front of the other, but it's a little bit more closed in, and it can be also really nice release for your hips. So again, finding that nice length from base to crown. We worked a lot with that last week. Those of you that were here on last Saturday, we were thinking about the pelvic floor base and the top of the head base, or the top of the head crown rather. We'll work a little bit here with a pranayama, a breath. It's called samavritti, and it basically means sama is same and vritti is movement or fluctuation. So it's having the same length of inhale and exhale. And you might notice I wore this shirt very intentionally today. It says, inhale the future, exhale the past. I mean, that's pretty great, right? A dear friend of mine makes these, and I just love it, and it works for today in particular. So as you're inhaling, you might sense that you're actually inhaling your future, your intention. It could be your intention for today. And as you're exhaling, you can sense that you're letting go and releasing and holding any tension you have that you're carrying from the past. Okay, so we'll start with a ratio of 4. So you'll breathe in for 4 and you'll breathe out for 4. If that feels like too much and you get stressed, just move down to 3. If it feels like not enough, move up to 5. Okay, so adjust as you need. But we'll start together on 4. So take a full breath in through your nose and out your mouth. And start to find your ujjayi breath, breathing in and out through the nose. And we'll begin counting, breathing in for 4 and out for 4. Breathing in for 4 and out for 4. Now continue on your own. You can continue with this count of 4, or again, adjusting lower or higher as your body, your breath capacity requires. And just continue observing the quality that you're drawing in, inhaling your intention, your future, exhaling out tension and the past. And now next time you inhale, we're going to practice holding the breath. So you'll inhale whatever count you're doing. Let's just say it's 4, and you'll hold the breath for 4. And then you'll exhale for 4 and hold the breath out for 4. So adjust to your own rhythm. Inhale, hold, exhale, hold, all the same ratio. If you notice that the holding causes stress for your mind or your body, you can lower the ratio, or you can leave the holding out altogether. And on your next exhale breath, just let the breath out completely. Follow it till the very end. And pause for a moment and just notice how you feel. Notice the effect of your practice of that breath, samavritti, on your mind, the heart. And then you can, if your eyes are closed, open your eyes, pull your knees into your chest, give yourself a good squeeze, give your knees a little rub, give your feet a little rub. You feel some heat coming into the body, and then let's come on to all fours. So here, if you have your blanket, you might want to have it for your knees. We're going to be doing a few things on the knees right now, okay? So hands and knees, coming into cat-cow, and working with your breath pattern. Exhaling, you're gonna round your spine. Inhaling, heart forward, gaze forward. And just follow the rhythm of your own breath. Start to wake up your spine. Start to feel the space between each vertebra. Feel into the space between your fingers and create space between your toes. Well, next time you inhale, go ahead, bring your gaze forward, tuck your toes, and come to sit back on your heels. Yes, this is my favorite pose. Amy said it yesterday. I love it. So toes are tucked, and it's really, this is an earned love. Yeah, so if you're here and you're like, I don't love this, it's okay. I didn't love it for a long time. Squeeze your hips in, squeeze your outer legs in. Inhale, float your arms up, and then interlace through your fingers, press your palms up to the sky, and then bring your hands down back to the mat, interlaced. Take your toes, you can reach them long, and then just take some big circles here for your hips. Going one direction, arms are straight and strong, pressing through the index finger knuckles and pinky knuckles. Go the other way. Getting really juicy into your hips right now. And come back into the center. One more time, tuck your toes. Reach your hands forward and just extend the palms away from you. Feel all that rounding in your upper back. And then pull the hands back, pull the arm bones into the shoulder sockets. Feel your shoulders move away from your ears. Keep that. Inhale, reach your arms up one more time. And then as you exhale, I'm gonna turn so you can see me. Open your palms wide. Open your arms wide and pull your fingers back towards your face. Whew, and feel that energy running all along the wrists to the tops of your forearms, right into your chest. Good. And then you can point your palms down towards the ground. Excuse me, fingers down towards the ground. And then pull your fingers back up to the sky. Go ahead and cross your right elbow over your left and just take eagle arms for a moment. You can stay with your toes tucked. If it becomes too much, just lengthen your toes. And we're gonna twist your arms over to the right and your head and your belly over to the left. See if you can find the twist coming all around your spine. And then come back into the center. Lengthen your right arm on top of your left. Grab hold of your elbows and we'll just rise up. Make a frame for your face like you're taking a picture. Cheese. Or whatever you say, wherever you're from. Good. And then just release, reach your arms up to the sky. And as you exhale, just come forward into Anahatasana. Walk the hands out in front of you. Your hips are right over your knees. And bring your forehead down to the earth. Feel a scoop in your belly and length through your low back. Inhale to look forward, walk your hands back. One more time, come to sit on your toes. Interlace your fingers the other way. So other index finger goes in front. Reach your hands out in front of you. You can bring them up and then come all the way down. And we'll take this time some figure eights. So you're gonna just take Start small figure eights with your hips, keeping the arms steady, and then switch directions. So good for your brain to have to make these little adjustments. And then come back into the center. Tuck your toes, sit back, reach the arms away, take a big round through the upper back, drop your chin, look at your belly. And then inhale, look forward, shoulder blades coming onto your back, tops of the shoulders move away from the ears. Your neck is free here. Reach the arms up, nice and long. And then as you exhale, come out to the side. Pull your fingers back. See the space. You can look at your hands and look at the space between your fingers. Now let that space expand. And then draw from the center of your palm through your arms all the way back into your heart. So feel that you're intimately connected from your heart to your hands. Turn your fingertips down towards the earth. And then one more time back up to the sky. Keep that connection of heart and hands. Cross your left arm over, taking your eagle pose, and then twisting your arms to the right, your belly, and your head to the left. Oh, you know what? We did that last time, didn't we? Switch right over left. Arms to the left, belly, and head to the right. And feel your breath come into the back of your body. Let your breath, your exhale, bring you a little bit more into the twist. And then inhale, come back to the center, sliding your forearms one on top of the other, coming all the way back up. Take your picture, lengthen back through your toes, and then reach the arms all the way up. One more time, Anahatasana. So when you come into Anahatasana, you can take your arms a little bit wide, hands a little bit wide. Toes can be long or tucked. And you want to really support your low back by giving a little scoop to your low belly. You can pull energetically from your hands, from the center of your palm, all the way up through the arm into the heart. And from your heart space, you can send your energy all the way down through your fingers. And then you'll look forward. You'll walk your hands back up, tuck your toes, and come back downward facing dog. Take a little walk through your legs here. And then take a big bend in your knees. Launch yourself forward into plank pose. In your plank pose, just shift a little bit forward and back. You can find what feels like center here. And then bring your knees down. Lower yourself all the way down. Inhale, little cobra. And exhale, press back child's pose. Take your knees wide, toes touch. Let your forehead come to rest. And know that child's pose is always an option when you need a little pause through this practice, okay? Come back up from child's pose. Bring your hands forward to all fours, downward facing dog. Let's flow through a little bit. Inhale, plank. Lower down. Rise up, cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. 2 more times. Follow your breath. Work in a child's pose as you need. And just start to sense the body warming up, waking up. From your next downward facing dog, go ahead and bring your left knee down to the ground. And here you're going to take your right foot and just step it forward. coming into a low lunge. Your hands can come to either side of your front foot. Your back toes can stay tucked here. And just find the length through the spine, width through the collarbones, through the chest. And then let's step it back, downward facing dog. Bring your right knee down, step your left foot through. Low lunge. Sense how you can squeeze your legs a little bit towards each other like you're closing a pair of scissors. You'll feel your inner thighs activate here. And then from there, just soften a little bit more into the lunge. And then step yourself back, downward facing dog. One more time, bring both knees down to your mat. And then let's take the right foot and we're going to kickstand it out to the side. So it's going to go off your mat over to the right side of your mat. Line up your right hand with your right knee and your left foot. So you're coming into a little side angle variation and you're reaching through the outer edge of your extended foot. Make sure your wrist is a little bit in front of or right underneath your shoulder. And again, just feel into the space here, space between your toes, between your fingers. Find space along the whole left side of your body by reaching the hands away from one another now. And then take that arm, left arm, and reach it all the way up past your ear. Ground down into the earth. And as you exhale, you can start to turn your ribs, your lower ribs, up towards the sky. You can look up if that feels good for your neck. And on your next inhale, you might lift your extended leg, your left leg, and then exhale, touch the elbow and knee. Inhale, reach it long, and exhale, bring it in. And you can find the support through your breath about 7 times. And then on that last time, hold here, squeeze your elbow and knee against each other, and then release it, take it long. And one more time, squeeze it in, bring your hand to your foot. Now here, this is where you may start to need a strap, you'll see. Hand to foot, pull the knee back and reach your knee this time long. You can look to the ground if that's more comfortable for your neck, or you can look straight ahead, or you can look up to the sky, and then you can play with just starting to reach the heel away from your seat. And then release it down, bring both hands to the mat. Just take a pause, shake out your wrists. We are going to be working a bit on our wrists today, so anytime you need to just give a little massage, make circles, go for it, okay? Then let's come to the other side. So kickstand your left foot out to the side, line up left hand, knee, and right foot. I'm going to show you the back side. You can extend out through the outer edge of the leg, spread the wings. So really find space here. And then take that nice extension through the side. Your left side, your low side is also active here. Ribs turning towards the sky. And then lifting that right leg. And bring it in. You're like a frog, kind of. Try to coordinate your movement with your breath. And then hold it in here. Really press your elbow and your knee against each other. Just make contact and then release. And then make contact one more time. Contact your foot and extend the knee straight back. It's not so much about a back bend here. We're bringing some length to the thigh. And then maybe your heel reaches away from your seat. And then release it. Come back to all fours. Shake out your hands if you need. If you're getting warm, like me, it's a good time to remove some layers. Inhale the future, exhale the past. You can go ahead and come back to your downward facing dog. In your downward facing dog, look forward and shift forward to your plank pose. Lower yourself down, coming up and coming back. Walk your hands back towards your feet. Keep your blanket there. We'll use it once more, maybe twice more. Just release down. Grab hold of your elbows here. You can shake a little bit side to side and forward and back. You have a nice bend through your knees. And then release your hands. Keep your knees bent. Draw the belly back as you roll yourself up. Just coming all the way up to stand. Take the arms up as you inhale. And exhale, sweep your arms out really nice and wide. Just pause in the space here where you find your wings extended. And then release. Great. So you're at the front of your mat. I'm just going to switch around. I don't have a front and a back so much. Front of your mat, we'll move through a few sun salutations. Inhale, reach the arms up. And exhale, fold forward. Bring your hands to the earth. If your hands don't quite reach the ground, use your blocks. You can have a little bend in your knees. Legs are strong. Find space. Inhale, come up halfway with a long spine. And then exhale, fold in. Chin to chest. Inhale one more time, lengthen. And exhale, step your left foot back. Bring your back knee down. Reach your arms up. Inhale. And exhale, come down, downward facing dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, lower to the earth, knees up or down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, dog. Looking forward, stepping your right foot forward, back knee down. Inhale to rise up. And exhale, lift your back leg, step forward, Uttanasana. On the inhale breath, sweep the arms out wide, press down into the earth. Exhale, hands to your heart space. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, off your heart this time. Hands can come back behind you. Hook your thumbs. Reach through the fingers to the sky. Drop top of the head towards the earth. Release your hands to the ground. Inhale, long spine. And exhale, left foot steps back. Back knee down. Rising up. Inhale. Exhale, hands to the ground. Step back to dog. Shift forward, plank. Lower to the earth, cobra, and downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward, left foot comes forward, back knee down, rise up, inhale, low lunge. Exhale, step your back foot forward. Take the other thumb, cross it, extend up nice and long. Keep support through your legs by hugging the muscles onto the bones. And then release your hands. Inhale, coming all the way up to stand. Exhale, hands to your heart. Couple more, okay? If you need a break, you take a break. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, hands to the center. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, right foot steps back. Keep your knee lifted, float up, high lunge. Exhale, take cactus arms and bend through that back knee. Scissor the legs towards each other. Inhale, extend legs and arms. And on your exhale, bring your hands down. Step back to dog. Inhale, shift forward, plank. Lower down. Inhale to rise up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward, stepping your right foot forward. Rise up, high lunge. Cactus arms, back knee bends. Squeezing it in and then extend. Find space from the center. Exhale, hands to the earth, step your back foot forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold in. You can take hold of your outer shins here and press the shins in hands and then pull your elbows back around. Feel the scoop in your belly here. And then slide your hands up to your hips, coming all the way up to stand. Float the arms up. And exhale, take your arms out wide. Good, one more, inhale, rise up. Exhale, floating forward, hands to the earth. Long spine, inhale. Left foot steps back, exhale. Rise up, high lunge, bending, and then taking that space. Get lots of space here. Exhale, bring your hands into your heart. Good, keep the support of that scissoring action, and on your next inhale, lengthen your spine. So it's like one line from your heel through your leg, back leg, all the way up through the crown of the head. And then you'll twist on the exhale. Bring your elbow to the outside of your knee. If you need here, drop your back knee. That will be more supportive. Otherwise, keep that back leg lifted. And go ahead and see if you can press the palms together. Feel the center of your palms expand through your arms right into your heart and start to turn the heart towards the ceiling. If you're steady here and you want to continue finding the space in the posture, bring your left hand down to the ground. Take your right arm up to the sky. Spread your arms wide. Turn your gaze and look up at your top hands. Stay with your breath. Feel the space between your ribs expand. Good. Exhale, look down to the earth. Take your right leg, step it back, down dog split. And just reach that leg straight back behind you. And then lower down to the ground. Feel free to pause here or to join me for a flow. And from your downward facing dog, let's take the left leg up behind us, down dog split. And then let's step it through, coming all the way up into your high lunge, finding bent knee, cactus arms. Use this as a way to draw everything into center. So feel from your legs, you can draw it into your pelvic floor. Feel from your hands, you can draw it into your heart space. And from there, you can extend and find this support that you need to come forward and hover and pause here. So when we find the center, we find this integration, then we're able to move, to twist. Elbow comes to the outside of your knee. You can keep looking at your front foot if you need for balance. And slowly make your way with your breath in. Feel free to take your arms apart. Feel free to have your back knee down if that's better for you. And just sense how you can unravel yourself into the posture. We'll look down towards the earth. Walk your hands to either side of your front foot and step your back foot forward. Coming into forward fold, Uttanasana. One more time, bring your hands to your shins. Squeeze the shins and hands against each other. And now start to sit yourself down into a chair pose. Pull your shoulders back right over your hips. Bring your palms together. Find your seat, find your support on the back line, sacrum and back of the head long. And then lift your heels. Sit a little bit lower. Let's try to stand ourselves up. Whew. Are your legs shaking? Mine are a little bit. Good. Whew. Really shake it out. All right. So I hope you are feeling warm in your body. That would be good news. If you are feeling warm in your body, great. You have two options. We're going to do an inversion. One is headstand. For those of you that have headstand practice, go for it. For those of you that don't have headstand practice, or you're wanting to opt out today, we're going to take Padasana. So headstanders, go for your headstand. Everybody else, join me. And don't worry, headstanders, you'll get to have plenty of time in Padasana. Okay? So if you have your blanket, you can move that off to the side. Take your feet nice and wide. And if you want to measure, you can spread your arms out wide. And it would be as though you were dropping a line from your wrist to your ankle. So I could probably go a little bit wider there. Little bend through your knees. And your legs are like straws. They're drawing the support through the soles of your feet up into your base here. And then from your base here, you can extend down. So there's this kind of constant conversation between the base of the earth, the base of your feet, and the base of your pelvis. Take a slight bend through your knees, pull the elbows back, let your chest lead forward and come all the way down. Padasana. Top of the head moves towards the earth. You can walk your hands behind you or forward. Just see what feels right for you. The idea here is that you're getting an inversion experience, top of the head down. Now, if inverting is not appropriate for you at all, then you are welcome, in other words, getting your head lower than your chest. You can bring your hands up onto blocks or onto a chair, something that just allows you to have more equilibrium. Good. Headstanders. Take another couple of seconds, maybe 10 seconds, to start to calm down. Make sure you take a rest and then come join us. For those of you in Padasana, change how your hands are. So if they're stretched out, bring them back, or vice versa. Good, and then everybody come into Padasana, wide leg forward fold. It's just so fun to say. I love saying that pose. Wide leg forward fold. And then let's turn the right toes out. Walk your hands over to your right foot. Take a big bend through your front knee and come all the way up into Warrior 2. You can have your back foot toes turned in just slightly. So your toes point a little bit forward and your heel points a little bit back, allowing your hip to come forward slightly. And then spreading the arms out. You can turn your palms face up, sink down into that front leg, keeping an awareness of the support through your legs. Take your back hand to your back leg and lightly let your fingers rest on your back leg. Reach your top arm up, reach it long. And then exhale, coming back. Warrior 2. Bringing your front leg straight, and let's switch sides. Turn your left toes out. Take a really nice bend through that knee. Spread your arms out wide. Just pause here. Back toes can be turned in a little bit. Just organizing yourself. Finding reverse lightness through your back hand. And then inhale, coming back. Go ahead and straighten through that front leg. Turn your toes to face forward. Bring your hands to your hips. Take a bend in your knees, and let's bring it back together. Find your block or whatever you have for support. Find your tea if you need it. practicing and talking at the same time. A whole new skill. Turn your right toes out, left toes in a little bit, warrior two. Arms extend out nice and long. And then from here, we're going to use the support of the sole of your foot to draw this front leg straight. Almost straight, Alex. Remember your little micro bend, yeah? Those of us that are hyperextenders, me too. Reach out long and just pause for a sec. So see if you can just feel yourself hovering in space. Notice what part of your body allows you to hover. Notice how activating your breath can help you rest in space. And then slowly bring your hand onto the block. Press, if you can, through the whole palm of your right hand. Extend through the left hand. Find that space between your fingers and turn through the chest, through your gaze, all the way up to look at the sky. Find the space between the legs here and see if you can expand from your legs down into the ground. Feel the space between your arms. See if you can expand, hand to earth, hand to sky. Reach your left arm alongside your ear. Find the support through your base. Reach your right arm alongside your ear. Inhale, bring everything up. And exhale, warrior two. Find your block. Bring it with you, switch sides. Block comes to the outer edge of your left foot now. We start up in warrior. We use the support from the ground to find support through the limbs, and then we can hover out. So if you're super connected to breath, if you're super connected into the core, not so much your abs, although the abdominal muscles are working here, but really into the core energetically from base to crown, through the sole of your feet to your pelvis, from your fingers to your arms, from your heart to your fingers, all of this, you can be here for a while. Bring your hand down, find triangle pose. Allow yourself time, which is space, to come into the posture. So no need to rush it. Notice how breath by breath, the pose unfolds for you. Right arm comes alongside ear. You may have an idea of what this pose should look like or feel like, what it felt like or looked like yesterday. Maybe it's different today. Take your left arm, reach it out. Inhale, come all the way up. Whoa, warrior two. And come back. Little bend through your knees, and you're going to pull it back together. Kind of fun, yeah? Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Okay. Coming back to the front of the mat. Blocks handy. Little space between your feet. Nice bend through your knees. Coming into chair pose. Reaching arms up alongside ears or cactus or palms to the heart space. Just checking knees are moving a little bit back over your ankles. And on your exhale, fold it forward. This time, bring your hands onto your block or your blocks. Pull your left knee into your chest, and then inhale, just take it straight up to the sky. Take a standing split. And then bring that foot all the way back down. Rise up, warrior two. Let's take a nice moment here. Inhale, straighten your front leg. And then one more time, exhale, reach it out. My blocks are a little far. Reach it out. Bend through your front knee and lift your back leg. This time you're coming in towards Ardha Chandrasana. Right hand is on the block. Left leg is extended. Left arm can extend. And then you can play with turning and looking up towards the ceiling. You can play with reaching the arm along, reaching the arm alongside the ear. And then exhale, pull knee and chest together. Excuse me, knee and elbow. Inhale, lengthen. So just like we did on our knee before. And then last time, pull it in, squeeze knee and elbow, find the top of your foot coming to Shavasana. Extend through your left knee, find space for your chest. Stay nice and rooted through your standing leg, and maybe extend the heel away from your seat. Good, we're gonna have some fun, okay, ready? Some of you will know this. Bend both knees, bring your left knee behind your right, bring your hands to your blocks or to the ground, okay? I'm gonna turn myself to the side so you can see me a little bit better. From here, you're welcome to just stay here for a sec and then come to Uttanasana. If you wanna try something a little bit silly, extend your, we can't remember what it's called. Someone told us once, I think it's dragonfly, whatever. Left hand to the block, right hand to the outer edge of your foot. Reach it out long and see if you can hover. So your bum is actually off the ground. You're extending your foot and your hand into one another. And I'm a little bit using my armpit on my knee to support myself here. And then I'm gonna pull it all back in. So bend your left knee, pull into the center, come back to standing split, and step that left foot back. Reach your right foot way up to the sky. Exhale, pull your knee to your chest. Inhale, reach it back. Exhale, touch your elbow. Inhale, reach back. Exhale, touch your opposite elbow, left elbow, let it hover here. Reach it back. Lower your foot to the ground. Inhale, shift forward, and come all the way to the earth. Cobra. And down dog or child's pose. Take a little rest for yourself here. And so just feel your forehead release. Take 3 more good full breaths into the back line. Feel the heat in your body. And just notice anything you can let go of here. What can you exhale? What of your past? What thoughts, what sensations, what feelings can you release? And then go ahead, come back to all fours, downward facing dog, and then you can walk or you can hop your way to the front of your mat. I'm walking. Bend your knees, chair pose, bringing your arms up. And exhale to fold in. Hands to blocks or to the earth. Oh dear, we are gonna take our left leg up. So typical, right guys? We're gonna take our right leg up. We're gonna take our right leg up. Yep, right leg comes up to the sky. Go ahead and step that foot back. Warrior 2. I think I got it, right? Right foot back, left foot forward. Good. Go ahead and land for a moment in your Warrior 2, and then maybe just shorten a little bit the distance with your back foot. You can reach out long, find that little hovering moment, hand to block or to earth. And then as you shift your weight forward, you can pull your right knee in. So you're already practicing this hugging in, and then finding your extension. Limbs extend, legs extend. So find your base here. So the extension comes from center, from being rooted. You can extend that arm only once you're connected into the heart space. And then you can really float it up, and maybe you turn and look to your top hand. You can reach that arm long, and then play here with your little frog pose. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach it long. You might notice there's tons of little micro movements in your standing leg. Notice them as sensations. Squeeze your elbow and knee against each other, and then find the top of your foot or use your strap here and extend the knee long. Feel the belly drawing back for support, and then maybe turning to look up to the sky. And if you want to play with reaching your heel away from your seat, you can. Go ahead and release. Draw the right knee behind the left knee. Come in, squeeze in. I'll turn to the side one more time so you can see. Take hold of the outer edge of your left foot. Walk your right hand out to the side. So a lot of this is the geometry. Also, in case you hadn't noticed, I have really long arms. I have long legs, but I have really long arms. So I'm a little bit made to do things like this. You may also be made that way, or you may not be, and that's okay. There's other stuff you do that I don't. Okay. Go ahead and pull your knee back in. Take your leg straight up to the sky, and then step it back. Down dog split with the left leg extended. Inhale, exhale, knee to chest. Inhale, reach it back. Exhale, touch your left elbow with your knee. Bring it back. Touch your right elbow, hold it here for a moment, and then come back to dog. Flow through. And come back, take a rest. Child's pose or downward facing dog. Good. If you're in child's pose, come back, join us in dog. And let's shift ourselves forward to plank pose. Here in plank pose, come to the outer edge of your left foot. Bring your right foot in front. Bring your right foot in front. Reach your arm way up to the sky. And then exhale and release. Just to give you a sense here of where we're moving into. Other side, left leg forward. And come back and release. Good. One more time, we're going to shift forward into our plank pose. Come to the outer edge of your left foot. Bring your right foot in front. And then see if you can bring your right foot to the inside of your thigh, tree pose. Take your arm up. Reach nice and wide. Come back. Just 1 or 2 breaths here. Come down. Walk your feet forward. Walk your hands back. Lift up your feet. Bend your knees. Come to gorilla. Release through the elbows. Release to the top of the head. Shake it out. Good. And slowly, hands to your hips, coming all the way up. Okay, let's take a moment, gather yourself within. We'll play with a little bit of balance, and here you will probably need a strap, and you might want your wall. You might want the wall. Okay, again, my anatomical structure actually makes it harder for me to use a strap. So I don't use a strap, but I really, really encourage you, if you find that it would be helpful to you, to do it, okay? You're at home anyway, like, no one's looking. It's only you and your body and these sensations. I don't know how it's gonna feel for you. later on. Yeah, hope it feels great. So you might start up against a wall here, just so that you can feel how your body is, how you stand on your 2 feet. Yeah, just notice your cheeks, your bum cheeks against the wall. You can notice the backs of the shoulders, back of the head against the wall. My heels are almost touching the wall here. And then let's shift our weight over onto the left leg, and we'll pull your right knee up. Just give yourself a little squeeze here. And this is where you decide if you want the strap or not. Peace fingers can come around your big toe. If that's already a challenge, grab a strap and put it around the ball of your big and little toe, okay? From here, just see if you can start to extend that leg out in front of you. Your knee can stay bent, that's okay. And your left arm might just give you a little bit of support. Notice already how the shape of your back body changes on the wall. Yeah? Go ahead and bend your knee. And this time, open your knee out to the side. I want you to feel this left leg super strong, like a straw, muscles hugging onto bone, energy going right up into the pelvic floor. And then from here, again, you can use your hand for support. You can start to extend this leg out. And maybe you come with it bent, that's okay. If you've got a strap or long arms, you might find that you can extend it out. And then here, if you'd like, shift your weight away from the wall and just play with extending that leg out. You'll find that you can open a little bit, finding, for those of you that know inner spiral, drawing from your big toe into the inner thigh, and then extending from your sits bone all the way out through your heel. Good. From here, release and bring the leg back down. And just shake it out. Whew. Okay. Second side. Using the wall for support, maybe for this first one. Left knee comes in, squeezing it in, finding your balance. Peace fingers to big toe. First, find center. Feel the energy rise in, and then extend that leg straight out. Keep your spine nice and long. Space between vertebrae. Pull it back in, open up. Pause here. Tune in with your breath. And then start to find the leg extending out, maybe at first bent, and then maybe eventually towards straightish. Maybe that right arm floats out. Good, bring it back into the center, bend your knee, release, shake it out. Okay, how'd it go? Try again at the wall, or come away from the wall. And the thing about coming away from the wall is that you'll maybe find you want to compensate more. So let's see if we can come away from the wall, but still stay in the center. So as you're ready, ground to your left leg, right knee comes in, peace fingers are strapped, hug it in, play with taking it out in front, and then you can bring it back into the center, open it up, and then see if you can extend long. Find something that's not moving. So maybe don't look at me on the screen right now, but look somewhere that's stable and steady. Maybe that left arm extends out. If your arm is extended out, find the space between your fingers. Spread the arms wide, feeling the shoulder blades on the back, the heart expanding, giving that length to your arms. And then pull it back into the center. Maybe take your foot with both hands and then bring it back in. Good. One more time. Other side. Right leg active. Finding your peace fingers around your big toe. Center. Extend. So we can find extension because we're plugged in. When you're plugged into your source power, you can go big. But when you're trying to go big, just from a place of reaching, it's a whole different experience, yeah? Not sustainable. And notice what part of you here is efforting, Is your face trying to do this pose? Is your throat, your teeth trying to do this pose? Come back to the center. Hug in. Reset. And shake it out. Not too much, just a little shake. Just a little shake. Fantastic. Okay. Let's go ahead and bring ourselves down slowly into changing. Let's go where I want to go. You're warmed up, I know you are. Bum to the wall, feet a little bit away from the wall. If you don't have a wall, no worries. Yeah, the wall just helps with balance. Bend your knees, cross your left ankle over your right. You can reach your bum back to the wall and your arms out in front. So this is one place to be, figure four. One place to be in figure four. Yeah? Second option is to bring it into a forward fold. If your hands don't reach the ground, this is where you have blocks, or bring your hands to the wall behind you for support and fold in, okay? If you're here in your fold and you want to play a little bit with an arm balance, and this is one that I'm really playing with, yeah? I don't have it yet. I mean, I have whatever it is, but I guess I don't have whatever it looks like in the yoga journal, like I care. Bend your elbows. Hook your foot to the back of your arm. Press through your fingertips. So here, my arms are supporting my shin and foot. And then you can play with pulling your heel in towards your seat and coming down. Now, maybe some of you have the pose where you extend the leg all the way back. I'm pretty sure it's Anahatasana too, but I don't remember. Yeah? You're playing with finding yourself like a little seed, and then maybe that leg extends. Come back through dog. Take a flow if you like, or not. And meet me coming to stand. Yeah? And part of the fun of this, you guys, is just really sharing a real practice. This is a real practice. Pull your knee up, cross it over. Yeah, it's not all finished, is it? And isn't that why we do this practice, so many of us? Is because there's always a new discovery. There's always an edge. There's always a new place to meet ourselves and each other. So finding the figure four that works for you could also be to rest your forearms onto your shin. That's a really nice place to be. If you'd like to play with the arm balance, palms to the earth, bending elbows, finding the connection, and then plugging in. Feel the space between your fingers. Close the space between your foot, your heel, and your seat. And then lunge it out. Good. Come with me through one more flow. And then from your downward facing dog, shift forward. Right hand to the center of your mat. Excuse me. Yep, right hand to the center of your mat. Come to the outer edge of your left foot. Place, outer edge of your right foot rather. Place your left foot in front. You can here grab your big toe with your peace fingers. You can also use a strap. We're gonna come up and give it a try. You can take tree pose if that's more comfortable, or you can play with extending this leg. Ooh. Try it one more time. Play with extending this leg up. And then release it back. Lower your seat and press up, wild thing. Extending the left arm alongside the ear. And then if you really want to have some fun, you can come back. I think I'm tired. Come back the way you came in. Whew. And let's switch sides. Yeah? So go ahead. Come on to your left side. Right foot forward. Plug in. Find a big toe mount. Extend it up. Maybe gaze to the sky. Release your foot, step it back. Lower yourself down a little bit. And then press up through the hips. Extend long through your fingertips. Maybe bring your hand to your heart. Shift back. Maybe come through one more time, even without your hand. And then bring it back. Good. Take a rest to sit on your heels. Find your tea if you need it. I know I'm ready for mine. And let's come to sit on our blankets. Good, so coming to sit on your blanket. Let's bring your left heel in. And you want to bring the heel as close as you can to the left inner thigh as possible. Take your hand, left hand to your right foot, and just give a little bit of a cradle. You may be able to bring your elbow underneath. Your foot is flexed, and then you may bring your other elbow underneath. Again, the spine is long. Remember when we did this at the beginning with a long spine? Go ahead, pause here for a moment. And then release. Take hold of the foot on either side. Extend your leg long now. Again, use a strap if you need. And then come to the side. There you go. Spine is long. Leg can be a little bit bent or a lot bent. And then pull your knee to the outside of your shoulder. Now, here's where we have, again, some options to play, okay? You can play with keeping your thumb to the inside of your calf and your fingers to the outside, and just see how that feels. You can lift up your right seat off the ground and bring your lower leg over top your shoulder and squeeze in here. So this requires that hugging in. My leg is squeezing on to my arm and my hands are on the ground. Maybe lift your left foot and flex both feet, squeeze your knees towards each other. This is all a process and just little steps. See which ones feel right for you now. Keep squeezing the legs in, shift your weight forward, and maybe you come up. Maybe you just play here, kind of rocking. Or maybe you bend your elbows and come into Asana, 8-limb pose. Your seat is off the ground and your legs are extended. And then the really fun part, is the coming back in. So it's one thing to be able to expand out, but can we also harness that energy to come back into ourselves, to really use that expansiveness and hold it and contain it inside? Yeah? Let's try the other side. So right heel comes in, a little bit of rocking and rolling. As ever, finding space through the spine, taking it to whichever variation is yours today. For some of you, could also be more of a cradle. Just make sure that this ankle is straight. In other words, it's as though you were standing. You don't see the wrinkles on the inside of your ankle, the outside. Good. Go ahead and extend that leg. Get space through the back of the leg, space through the sides of the body. Soften your tongue and your throat. And then pull the knee back. So here, my left arm comes underneath my left leg. Thumb comes to the inside of the calf, and I'm going to lift up my left seat. I'm going to lift it up so that I can make this nice little backpack strap. I'm as high as I can go, so up on the shoulder preferably, or just below the shoulder. Squeezing the legs together. And when you squeeze your knees together, you'll feel it all the way into your base, into your low belly even. Lifting up, squeeze your arms in, and then extend from that center place out. Maybe teeter-tottering a little bit. Ooh, that side is a little harder to come back in. Okay, so that was fun, and maybe a little bit different for some of us. Let's go ahead and move the blanket. Come all the way down onto your back. Oh, you've been waiting for this, haven't you? Bring your hands to your knees. Just take your knees wide. You can rock from side to side on your sacrum. Good. And then pull your knees back to the center. Just place your feet on the ground. Bring your hands down to the earth. Measure so that your heels are not quite touching your fingers if you have really long arms. Just about touching your fingers. And then press down for your elbows. You can take robot arms to lift up. Come into a nice bridge pose here. You can interlace the hands underneath you, or keep robot arms, tops of the shoulders, walk in, press through your feet and lift up through your hips. Feel the back of the head gently press into your mat, and make space between your chin and your chest. And feel the support through the ground to find space. And then lower yourself down. Just keep your hands together for a moment. Let your seat drop down onto your hands. Sometimes this feels nice for the wrists to release. If it doesn't feel nice, don't do it. And then you can release your hands. Just bring your seat all the way down. Cross your left knee over your right. Lift your hips and move them a little bit to the left. And then you can let your knees move over to the right side. Both shoulders stay on the earth. Here I've got my left arm extended and my right hand just gently resting on my left thigh and almost lengthening the skin of the thigh towards the knee and beyond. It feels really good for me on my back. And you can just notice, what are the sensations you're feeling right now in your body? Notice them as sensations. And then come back into the center. Release the knee, find your hips and your shoulders aligned. And then switch, right leg over left. Lift your seat, move a little bit to the right. And then pull your knees. So the knees are going to come a little bit closer to your chest, not so far away. Okay? So bring it in. Let your low back have some release there. And as you become aware of the sensations, it's so easy to use good or bad. Like I just said, it feels good on my back. But can you get a little more specific? Like it feels lengthening on my back. I feel a heaviness come into my legs that feels great. That feels, there I go again. It's just a heaviness. And release. Come back into the center. Release your legs. And then one more time, if you haven't, where's my strap? If you haven't been using a strap, this is a good time to use it. If you have, bring it out again. And bring the strap to the ball of the big and little toe on your right leg. And just extend that leg straight up to the ceiling. Lower your hands down enough on your strap so that your shoulder blades can press into your back and your neck can be soft. Just press up really strongly. I'm giving a lot of effort here from my base all the way up through the leg into the strap. And I'm giving equal resistance, but not pulling with my arms, but pulling really with my chest, with my shoulder blades actually. Rhomboid muscles right around the shoulder blades. Chest is widening. And then you can release that leg and switch sides. Bring your left foot in. Press up. Feel how the body starts to really settle into the earth. So even that back leg is super rooted all the way through the heel. Notice any part of you that is over-efforting, especially in the face region. And then release it. Set your strap off to the side. Stretch your arms really long here. Take a good extension through the sides of the body. And release. And if you have a blanket or you have a sweatshirt and you want to put that over you, I invite you to do that now. If you have an essential oil that you like to use, you can use that now. And just take a moment to set yourself up for Shavasana. If you prefer to stay seated, you can also end in a seat, but choosing some way to let your body settle. And as you arrive, you can take some nice full breaths in through your nose and out your mouth. And then allow your body just to settle completely. So just let your breath move in and move out. Just enjoying the support of earth. If it feels good to bring your hands onto your body, you can, just to rest. And let your ears be receptive, let your heart be open. I'd love to share with you another poem from dear friend Kate Hoyle, poet, incredible human. I love the lines on the top of your feet, like 1,000 rivers running alongside and back into each other as they have the honor of dancing around your ankle. These lines make an endless dream catcher that has me believing in your dreams. Each one its own universe, from start to forever, an entire life of you. Just between the woven thread that sits on your ankle and the tan line from your Birkenstocks lie worlds of your stories, sitting on one another like layers of rock in the desert, the kind that remind us that we are our colors because we started as earth. And the freckle in the middle, like a luminous planet, a reference point for every line in your body to build up from. As if the gods that drew and molded you into being knew that with every cell your beauty would grow exponentially, and that by the time they reached your eyes, you'd need that small floating freckle to remember your humble celestial origins. Or else, as many of us had, you might be swept away in the infinite oceans of your irises and forget the incomparable grace of the top of your foot. And so you might start to feel your own feet, just wiggling your toes. Maybe find that space again between your toes, spreading toes apart and then curling them up, spreading fingers apart and curling your hands. And in this way, you can start to open and close your body back into this moment. And you might take your arms wide, your legs wide, just stretch out. And then bringing yourself back in, curl up into a little ball. And you can do that a few times. Just stretch out, find the space around you. And then bring all that space and all that awareness back into your center. Maybe one more time, really expand out from the center of you. And then from the very edges of your being, come back in. Give yourself a squeeze, roll over onto your side. Pause there. And gradually come up. Find your seat. And as you find your seat, you can use the support of your blanket, whatever you need. And take a moment to arrange yourself. Shoulders over hips, base and crown. And then we'll close with a really nice Mudra Mantra practice. You'll bring your thumb and your first finger together in Jnana Mudra. And we'll use a Bija mantra, which is a seed mantra, with each of the fingers. So Sa, Ta, Na, Ma. Sa, Ta, na, ma. Sa, the beginning. Ta, the middle. Na, the end. Ma, the rebirth. The full cycle of life. The start, the middle, the sustenance. The end, the death, the destruction. And then the rebirth, that space in between, that space which so many of us touch at different moments, but we never really experience here. That's not what we're here in the life part, right? But this is so much part of the cycle. This time, this ma, the yeah, it's that it's really delicious. And right now, where at least I feel myself, and I tune in and feel so much of us are here in the so let's go through the whole cycle together. So I'm going to bring my hands down, but now you know hands are resting on your thighs. Take a full breath in through your nose and out your mouth. And join me. Satanama. 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 Now let the mantra come inside, silently to yourself. Resting with your thumb and your first finger touching in Yan Mudra. Presencing in this moment the quality of energy that's moving through you. Sense the edges of your body, this boundary, this physical boundary. And in this time when we're asked to be physically distant, to keep our physical distance, may we see it as an opportunity to fortify our own boundaries and to let those boundaries come naturally from an inner intention, which ultimately is to connect. It's to be plugged in. It's to be plugged in to our source, which plugs us into our collective source. And so as you feel the boundaries of your own body, you might start to expand your awareness beyond the physical space that you're in, your body, your home, your town. Let it grow and grow and grow and grow, and know that we all are of this earth and we are all celestial beings. We are all of it. And in this way, may we exhale the past. May we really let go of the ways of doing, of being, of living that have not served us collectively and individually. And may we inhale into the uncertainty of the future with full faith, full hearts. If you'd like to offer a prayer of blessing, gratitude, you can bring your palms together. And let's close, sending each other off one more time with our voices. We'll chant the Shanti Path mantra. Join, please. Breathing in. Om Masato Masat Gamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotir Gamaya Mrityorma Mritam Gamaya Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Namaste. Love, Jess. Lots of it for all of you that joined, that hung through this long practice. Thank you. What a treat to share it with you, whether you're watching live or you're watching this later. And if you are enjoying these practices, please do share them out. That's all we ask right now. It's our really privilege and pleasure to offer different practices. You'll find out more about Mytree Yoga on our website if you haven't already. Mytree Yoga, MYTREE yoga.com. And you'll find us on Instagram and Facebook. And we are a collective of independent teachers and practitioners who are dedicated really to helping everyone take care of themselves. And feels like right now is a really good time to be doing this work in the world. So we are delighted to be able to share it through this amazing technology. And we will really appreciate your support in letting others beyond our beautiful tribe know about what we're up to. So thank you so much. If you have ways of sharing, whether that's individually with your people or just like putting it out there, it's very much appreciated. Okay. I will be offering a very short, like really, I'm going to keep it short, tomorrow evening practice at 5:30. You can tune in. It can be for the whole family, just kind of like a Sunday evening wind down. So join us for that, and we'll be sending out the schedule. We have some really beautiful offerings coming up, including from some dear friends who are all the way across the world. So it's really cool. And yeah, join us and have a beautiful day. Take really good care of yourselves. Bye.